Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's live. I'm going to try and keep this a short one for you all, but I wanted to just dive into the news announcements regarding Apple and what the story is over there. And the question is, will Apple help Bitcoin try and make a move to the upside? So what we're going to do is going to keep it exclusively price action tonight, guys. We're going to dive into a little bit of news that's come out regarding XRP. Anyways, so today what we had, to be honest, we've had quite a muted day, and you can see what's going on. It's that the market this week has been absolutely terrible to really grab moves. Now, we've managed to exploit some moves in the NASDAQ this week. You know, if it wasn't for me taking the trade on Monday and holding it out until late Monday and what have you. But other than that, it's been a very choppy environment. And it just tells you that investors are they're waiting on the ends, like they're trying to work out what's going to happen next, which leads me into what we're going to be talking about tonight with Bitcoin. I'm going to pull up a couple of scenarios to help you understand if or not Bitcoin going to roll over, or is it getting ready to make another attempt towards the all-time high. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get with the program and break it all down for you. Here we go. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Tino, why do I always read your comment? It's always a funny comment, let's be honest now, but why do camels have two toes? If you can answer that question, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to put it in the comments section. I would love to know your responses to that one, because this guy keeps on asking it, and a gentleman keeps on asking for how many, what is it? He's on day 6. It will be day 6 tonight, where he puts in day 6, asking Tino for a 24-hour live stream. That'll be crazy. But yeah, I think that's something we could actually do. Let's get with the program, gang. Here we go. All right, so it's been a bit of a mad day today. You can see NASDAQ has been so choppy. And I want to address something, okay? I read a comment on the channel, and the gentleman or the lady, I don't know, the gentleman was like, Tino, with your trades on IC markets, technically, if you're using 30-to-1 leverage, which I'm not. Now, my IC markets account is very old, okay? I still got access to 500-to-1 leverage, okay? Just to put that into perspective, let me just go over to it right now. So, in front of you is the account, and you can see leverage 500-to-1. Live accounts is tapped right there. I can open a new live account right here. And basically, the gentleman was saying that it's impossible for me to use the lot sizes of 35 and 40 and even 89 unless it's a demo account. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to withdraw money from my demo account. So, we'll go to withdraw, just to put it into perspective, because that's what you do. You withdraw money from demo accounts. And we'll just give it a second. Hold on a sec. Come on. Withdraw, please. Give it a second. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll withdraw. Let's withdraw 5 grand from our demo account. So we've got right here $49,532. Just bring up the account over here just to put it into perspective, because I think that's bullshit. But anyways, there it is right there. You might be able to see it. It says 49,532. There's a couple of my trades today on my live demo account right there. And what we'll do is we'll just right here, it should say, you'll be able to see it. It should say withdraw 5K. So we'll click 5K. Would you like to withdrawal request from your demo account? Yeah. So we'll just click that one right there. And it should come up with a little post saying your withdrawal has been submitted. So we'll just wait for that a split second. Here we go. And yep, there's your withdrawal. We'll scroll down a bit. There's your withdrawal right there. $500. Wait a second. Come on. Wait a second. Where's my withdrawal? Wait there. Wait there. Hold on. It's not letting me withdraw. Let's withdraw another amount. Would you like to proceed with that? Trust that to happen now. Come on. Where's my withdrawal gone? Ladies and gentlemen, why am I not able to withdraw? That's awkward. Trying to prove a point, and it's not actually done it. Well, there's the one right there. $500 right there. That's just £500. That's processing right now, which I did at 8 o'clock this evening. That is awkward. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's going on here. Why am I not able to withdraw? That is interesting. Not seeing the success of that. Well, anyway, it's a live account, my friend. Just go back into it. Just to put that into perspective, it's right there. I don't know why they're not letting me withdraw. Let me see if I can actually place trades still. Hold on a second. There we go. We can place trades. Okay, that's cool. That's really bizarre. Because I only just made a withdrawal. Unless I'm not allowed to withdraw because I've withdrawn quite a bit. Never mind. Yeah. That is dodge. I don't know what's going on there. That's the first time that's happened. I've never had a problem withdrawing. There's one withdrawal right there. Hold on a second. That is unbelievable. Never mind. I don't understand. There's one processing. I might not be able to withdraw. Okay, so I've got one processing down there. Okay, so then that would explain that. Yeah. Maybe because I can't do more than one withdrawal. That's probably that. Let me cancel that request. Let me cancel that. Go away. This is frustrating. Let me cancel that. Cancelled. And let's try withdraw 5 grand. Let's try that. Should be able to do it. There we go. Thank you for successfully submitting your withdrawal request. We've sent you an email to confirm the transaction. Please check your email. Withdrawal confirmed right there. Where is it? There she is. Withdrawal confirmed right there. Happy days. Flipping hell, man. Don't ever do that again to me. Wow. Jesus, man. What a joke. That scared the life out of me, man. So if I check my account, I should have that going down very shortly. Anyways. That was a joke. Can't do more than one, basically. Yeah, I've not done that. Demo live. I knew you guys would say that. I knew it. Yeah, I know. But there's your withdrawals right there. 5K, confirmation pending. We'll wait for my email. Happy days. Withdrawal receipt requested. Click on confirm. Oh my God. I don't understand. There you go. Confirm withdrawal. That should come up in a second. Wait there. Just to put it into perspective, because people talk shit. You know? There she is. Withdrawal. Processing. Right there. Right there. Happy days. So yeah. Nips that in the bud then. So no, I'm not trading on any demo account, my bro. Even though you're coming out with some very interesting maths about demo accounts. I don't really know. But anyways. Yeah, today. Bitcoin. Sorry, I had to do that because to be honest with you, the comment pissed me off. It really did. You know, because I put it all out there. I show you what I make. I show you what I lose. Okay? And still someone wants to try and throw the demo account story onto me. Man, get the... Anyways. With that being said, yeah, never mind. And even if you've just witnessed a withdrawal and you still think it's demo, wow, you can't win. You can't win with people. I don't know. Demo account controversy. Yeah, well, yeah, but this is a personal account, bro. It's just my own account. It's not no funded program or anything like that. It's just a live account. It's right there. And it's just for transparency. It's in front of you. Took from 6K all the way to 50K. Like, come on. You've witnessed it. Anyways, any questions for me tonight, guys, whilst we get into this? You know what? I ask myself why I'm always reading the wrong comments. I don't know what it is, you know? Why do I read the wrong comments? I guess you're trying to keep everyone happy and it just doesn't work. What's pissed off that one person? You know, because some people say some things and then if I start losing my brain, then I'll just lose it and I'll start gunning for people. That's it. I just start attacking and never mind. And it's a demo paper. They don't believe. I did not want to flex. The comment is there. Go into the comment section. It is there. And the guy wrote about it. 7.736 on the lot sizes. And yeah, so anyways, I got you, Rishi, man. Mad love to you. Mad love to you all. The questions that we've got right here, guys, about Bitcoin. Okay, so Tino, how can you... Here you go. Tino, can you break down today's new NASDAQ action? Well, look, man, today's NASDAQ action itself, okay, you've clearly, you haven't got anything happening, all right? There's nothing much happening. We had the data that come out today, 207,000 on the unemployment claims. Market didn't do anything. It did nothing, you know? GDP came in at 2.3%. Market didn't really advance. And then, of course, the advanced GDP came in at 2.2%. So realistically, the market should have dropped today on the unemployment claims. Did it drop? No. Look what NASDAQ did today in the New York session, right? It came down to only come back up. Just the reversal, straight from 3 o'clock. Brinks box, broke the Brinks box low, came straight back up into it. Anyone that went short got shaken out if they didn't pay themselves, all right? And that's something that you got to really be careful, man. You know, I'm synthetic. What's that? Synthetic. Is that what you're trying to say? Can you give a high probable order block setup? A high probable order block setup itself. Okay. So the block setup principle in itself, right, is like this. Inside of the Platinum membership, I've got a checklist here that talks about the block trade principle, okay? Now, the block trade principle, when you've got price action like this, it can be very difficult to trade it. But how you look at the block is completely, it's another thing, okay? So, let's just look at this. Imagine you've got this area here. So, those of you that aren't familiar with this, the block trade principle goes on the idea that a green vector candle that you can see here, or a red vector candle, at some point in the future, if price comes back into that zone, you'll then make the assumption that it's going to move away from that because of the market's memory. Because it effectively means that at that point in time, what was going on, the offers were coming in. So in other words, people wanted to sell, so they were offering price higher. And market makers like to run their shorts from the highest point. So they use vectors, well, they don't use vectors, but what they do is they mark the market up higher to effectively get price to a point where they've sold enough shorts, picked up their shorts, and then they roll it back down aggressively, going back into the vector candle. And I bet you this is a 50% of the vector. Wait there. Take the vector candle and at the candlestick, look at that. Look at that for precision. 50% of the vector candle. It's one of the hybrid system strategies. Look at how it just comes into 50% of it. Anyone that would trade the logic of 50% of the vector candle and placed a limit buy order there and just left it and saw that price effectively was going to come back to that green vector candle, there's your 50% of the vector candle. You would hit the order on the flipping nose. Right there. You would have picked up an order, no drawdown, and just pure printing money. That's a strategy. That's part and parcel what the block trade principle is. That's why I said it can be a little bit more complicated than just simply marking off a vector candle and just hoping for the best for it. Those of you that become proficient in the block trading principle will then be able to mark off a vector candle block and say that, okay, I'm going to place an order here, I'm going to place an order here, and then, of course, price is going to move to one move to the other side or whatever, okay? But what you can see here is that the block principle itself, price ideally is going to go into the point, move away from it. Look at the two instances where the block was triggered. 1, 2. That's why it's critically important that you wait for a candle to close. Because if you looked at this, you'd think, oh, the block's not working. It did come back down to the 50%, but then it came straight back up again. The next candle came all the way back down again, came straight back up again. Okay? So the idea is that the blocks are going to tell you what the future price movement could become. So then we take this over here for the NASDAQ and we say, okay, we've got another block right here. So here is an example. You got this massive red vector candle block right here. Take the midpoint of the vector, take the candlestick, not the wicks, take the candlestick and mark off the high of the block and the low of the block. That includes the vector. Okay? Just the vector, not the wick. All right? This is the midpoint, 21,567, all right, on NASDAQ. We'll do the same for Bitcoin in a minute. You can see that the market's memory is being triggered inside of these zones. Comes down, marks up. It's gone up, sold off from that top side right there, come back down. So we know that this high right here of 21,675 and this low down here, out of the two, they look like they're more primed to try and test this one. So the idea is that if NASDAQ's going to hold this point, in principle, you're looking to set up a trade and a breakout from this range to try and claim the next high, which could effectively be this area right here. Now, this is on the 1 hour time frame. If you're scalping NASDAQ, that move from this current point here, or let's say from 21,674 to the next point of 21,748, you can't complain about that in terms of profit. That is a good move. And if you're using high leverage, then that's exactly what happens. Okay, you just look for smaller moves. So I encourage people to try and take advantage of a $500 to $1,000 move in Bitcoin. Everyone wants the, I want to go long at 50K and then sell it at $375,000 Bitcoin. Like, let's get realistic with it all. Okay. So that would be an example right there of the block. You're effectively waiting for it to break out from that point with conviction. And you want to know that if the conviction's there, price in principle would break away, try and retest it to break away from it. Where's an example of that? Right here. They broke into it, came back up, retested it with this green vector, and the candle closed above it in the sense of the midpoint of this area here of this vector block right here. Why am I pointing to the screen? Always wait for the candle close. And you would have got conviction. You're taken along right there. And then up she went. She did do a little bit of a stop run in Asia. But that's the NASDAQ. If you got balls to trade NASDAQ, take my hat off to you, man. I really do. Gold. Yes, let's dive into gold. Look at that. Silly movements on gold. Silly. This is safe haven. Okay? There are three ways that gold's going to react to price. Or should I say to news. The first one being is this. If the expectation of the dollar is going to go down, or should I say, if the interest rates on the dollar are going to go down, investors naturally seek yield in gold because they're not going to earn the same amount of yield on dollar, even though gold is a zero yielding asset. Okay? But they will seek the favor of gold because if you're holding dollars and gold's going up, your dollars are losing value. With the interest rates coming into play being cut in the future, that logically tells me that I shouldn't be holding on to dollars anymore because the yield's going to be coming down. So I'm going to go over to gold instead. That's one way. The alternative is the flip side to the first way. If the interest rates on the dollar are going to go higher, then investors are going to take their money out of gold and they're going to go into dollar because the dollar's yield is going up and they're going to be seeing a better return. Now, the third way is whether the interest rates go up or not, whether the interest rates are cut, whatever scenario, safe haven is a psychological play. Investors are plowing into gold right now because they're concerned about things. We now know that interest rates are going to be high for longer, but I think they're preparing for a trade war. That's what I think's going on. We're going into a trade war. Trump said it. By Saturday, Mexico and Canada are going to be hit with 25% tariffs. That's going to really rock the markets, ladies and gentlemen. And that would then make sense as to why everything is just behaving a little bit weird. Then you've got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's made it to the psychological ranges. It's come away from that point. Now it's sat at this range here. Okay? Now the logic says that we've got news coming out for Apple. So we just quickly go over to Apple right now. Is the market still trading? No. Here we go. Where are we at? Apple. Where's Apple? Right, it's gapping down. There's a little bit of a gap down. Don't think the news has been released just yet. It will be released in the next 10 minutes or so. Headed there. Sol update tonight, please, Tino. What can we expect? Okay, I'll look at Sol. Mad love to you, Sushim. Buy only Bitcoin. Don't listen to any snake oil seller. All these crypto YouTubers have zero inside news. I have zero news on Bitcoin. I'm just telling you what I see. You know what, man? For God's sake, man. People, man, I just don't get. No one has news on Bitcoin. No one. because it wouldn't be decentralized if they did. Never mind. Never mind. Any other questions, guys? What's your prediction for the next few months? Let's go into Bitcoin on the monthly candle, okay? Frankly, if Bitcoin loses 89,000, you're going to have a problem. You are. And the further Bitcoin, or the more Bitcoin retains this area right here, about 104,000, then there is a great chance Bitcoin's going. My projection is 110, which I was waiting for, and they came so close to it, about 109,800, I think it was. Yeah, 900. All right, we projected it. It didn't hit 110, but it hit 110 somewhere else. But fractionally, okay, cool. My next price projection would be around 120, 130,000 Bitcoin. I think we're going to be going into the bubble. I really do. Because Bitcoin is now getting primed for sovereign wealth funds, Utah, Arizona. We're going to get other pension schemes, companies. They're all going to start buying the Bitcoin. Isn't there? There's a reason why Trump's not banging on about this Bitcoin strategic reserve. Like, when's Trump going to say that the US government's going to be buying Bitcoin? Hasn't that caught your attention yet? Like, when is the purchase going to happen? All right. But if you're the US government, it doesn't matter if you're in a drawdown, bruv. We're talking about US government here. They're not concerned about risk to reward. They just want to buy it. Do you think BlackRock cares about risk to reward? They just want to pick it up. And they're doing quite a bit of that picking up as well. Currently sat top. Look at that. Just loving life right now. 64 billion in pros. You know, it's 574,000 just looking at the book itself. Do we see anything? Haven't got any issues right there other than the BlackRock purchases from earlier on today. So that's where we are with it. And Grayscale seeks SEC approval for to convert XRP Trust into exchange traded fund. How nice is that? An ETF for XRP. What's XRP done on the back of that news itself? It's done nothing. You know, it's made 5 cents from what it was. It's whatever. How's life in jail? It's all right, you know, man. It's all right. The inmates have been kind enough to give me a setup. They've allowed a laptop to come into play. That's why we don't really have the same stuff around us. But, you know, we're currently, or how long I'm allowed to watch, but, you know, we're here for the next 6 months. So, yeah, what can I say? Please see that you finally on this major game theory, Tino. Cough if we go down. What about if we be sick? Do you mean crypto bubble or AI bubble? Listen, cryptocurrency does not have bubbles, okay? I'll tell you why crypto doesn't have bubbles. The reason being is because crypto volatility in a day wipes out everything. Just look at the volatility. You can have a bubble for 5 minutes and then bang, it just drops. And that's something you got to understand. Crypto's volatility is rough, right? The stock market is not prone to that volatility other than cryptocurrency. You know, if the NASDAQ drops from its high around 30%, it's deemed as a bearish market. It's a crash, right? Bitcoin drops 30%. It's just a pullback. Bitcoin drops 80, 90%. Then that is a crash. So like, cryptocurrency doesn't have bubbles. Sorry, it doesn't. And if we're going to be talking bubbles in crypto, technically speaking, you've been in one from day one. Look at it. It's just done. That is a bubble, and it's just going. It's a bubble. It's a balloon packed with helium. That's what's inside of Bitcoin. That's one thing for sure. Do you really think Trump will announce he is going to buy Bitcoin? Do you think he would keep it quiet as not to increase price? Trump is a person that loves to know that the people love him. Okay, he's America's people. He wants to represent America's people. Okay. So I think he will tell people that, but I don't think he will. Look, they're going to tell us when they're going to do it, okay? But it won't be done indirectly. It will be done in a way like, okay, we've approved the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and we are going to be making purchases. Unless we get the address, then we won't know until they do it. But just for him to say we're going to buy Bitcoin, that in itself, and it's solidified, will effectively bring Bitcoin's price higher. But don't you see what's going on here? Just look at how the week has been. It's been dog. Look at the price action. One move down, recovery back up to where we were at the weekend. We've not moved in crypto. And everyone's asking, is it altcoin season now? Like, no chance. Bitcoin dominance, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys. Look, I said to you, it's coming back into that red vector candle on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Look at where it ended up today. There's your red vector right there, yeah? Look how close it got to it. That is despicable. Look at that. Not bad. Always going to go back up towards that point. And I do believe it's going to continue back up again. All right, I've got some levels for you on Bitcoin dominance to keep an eye out. 60%, 13. Next one is this one up here. That's what I'm looking at. This range. 61% Bitcoin dominance. That's what I think is going to be happening. I think it's going to be doing it. Because if you look at it, it's investors. They're spending less time. They're spending less time out of Bitcoin than they are in. Okay? Look. Comes up. Down. Take some profits. Up. Down. Take some profits. Up. Down, take some profits, buy up again. Well, actually, sorry. Let me refrain that. When Bitcoin's going up, they're selling. Retail's buying. When Bitcoin's going down, they're buying. Retail's selling. That's where we are. Bids, 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 bids. That's what we got. Lots and lots of bids. The offers are there. And we still got that 25 million up there. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to take that 110k. It might not happen after this live stream. Sorry. I can't move Bitcoin. But I promise you, Bitcoin will clear 110. They'll eat that liquidity because that's been sat in there for a little while and it's looking to get taken. Apple earnings are posted. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's Apple's earnings saying? Here we go. It should come up right now. Let's see. Has it been a stellar result? Because we're going to know very shortly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. 328 billion exchange traded fund tracking the NASDAQ QQQ fluctuated after the close as Apple posted sales that were only slightly better than analysts estimated amid weak iPhone sales in China. In regular trading, equities were buoyed by data showing surge in consumer... Oh, shock. Okay, let's just have a look at Apple for a second. Ugh. They might not like that, man. The problem that we've got is going into this earnings season, the expectation for earnings, the actual returns should be around 7.2% on earnings per share for all the companies that are declaring earnings. And if they're not hitting those estimates, okay, it's not going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Now that puts things into perspective for us, okay? Even if Apple has not come through, it hasn't impressed, but it came in slightly better. I mean, it's touch and go, man, now. And that would make sense why investors are going into gold. Let's just have a look at NASDAQ. It's pulled straight back. VIX. Volatility index is starting to climb up, guys. All right, volatility index starting to climb up. That means we got to get ready for some longs, okay? That means... if the volatility index does actually make it up a full point, all right, towards this point, everything's going to be dropping at that time. You're going to be getting ready to run longs because everything's going to drop in principle by the principle of the VIX, okay? They didn't hit the estimates. There you go. How do you see Bitcoin dominance? I see Bitcoin... Look, let me help you understand it, right? Look at dollar dominance. Because when you're looking at Bitcoin dominance, what are they exchanging in monies to buy? It's dollars, right? Look at the dollar dominance instead. And the reason why I say to you to look at the dollar dominance, didn't I say to you all, didn't I say that we're coming down to 3.93%? It's not for clout. It's because the only area in the chart where psychologically someone's going to do something with their dollars is where it was done before. The market has a memory. That's the block trade principle. People are programmed and algorithms are programmed to trigger price at certain points. We don't know, like, look, this order right here, 25 million, okay? How on earth do I not know that that is an order that is part of an iceberg? You know, the picture of the iceberg where you only see the tip And then down below, you got the massive iceberg itself, but we only see the tip. That's the tip. 25 million could be a tip. We don't know if there is a bigger player looking to dump his Bitcoin as it keeps on going up. He might be doing it in increments of 25 million, could be doing it in increments of 10 million. It all depends on the day, the news, the volatility. Why you want to look at the dollar dominance chart, because the dollar dominance chart is going to tell you whether or not investors are going to be exchanging dollars to Bitcoin. That's all you care about. If dollar dominance goes up, they're getting rid of the BTC and they're putting it into USDT, right? And then the next, just look at this chart, just to put it into perspective, right? Look at certain points, market's memory right there. So they were selling their Bitcoin. USDT goes up, Bitcoin became cheap enough. Bang, it came back down again. Green vector candle, red vector candle, red vector candle, green vector candle. It's all psychological because every red vector candle that you see on Bitcoin is a green vector candle on the USDT chart. And when you correlate the two together, you'll then not just look at it from a candlestick perspective. You're going to look at it from the point of, hold on a sec. Dollars going up now. That means people are actively converting Bitcoin into dollars. Well, how long is that going to last until the idea of perceived value is going to get triggered? So that's why you got to look for extremes on the USDT chart. Don't pay attention to this BS right here where it's sideways. You come to your USDT chart and you're seeing it trading sideways, no trades. Because no one's doing anything. Okay? So use the USDT chart in terms of price extremes. You see a big movement in the USDT chart, whether it's down or it's up. You know when it's up, Bitcoin's becoming a discount. I want to take advantage of some longs. When it's going down, lots of people are selling the Bitcoin. Remember, look, sells. That's a sell order up there. And as it's rising, it's because Tom, Dick, and Harry have turned around and said, you know what, I saw on X earlier on today, some dude's been buying Bitcoin, and he's like, oh yeah, we should buy Bitcoin, bro. Yeah, man, Chad. Those are the dudes that are being sold to right here. So when you see Bitcoin hit 110K, you know it's a bag of retail traders that are sat at coffee shops or in their cars, sitting with their friends, talking BS about Bitcoin and why someone said on YouTube, someone said on X that it's going to break out of a flipping triangle, all right? There's someone there waiting to sell it. There will always be a supply there. Always, they'll sell it. You know? Never mind. Gino, what age did it click for you and you could consistently take money from the markets without having to consistently deposit more? Mad love, bro. Sound. It's been a progressive thing. My problem was that I would make money, leave it in there, and then I'd start using size. I have zero. My risk tolerance is massive. I'm serious. If I could put down you can't, but you can put down 3,000-4,000 lot sizes, I'm in without hesitation. No, without a blink. You know, massive amounts. I'll take the risk. I'll do that all the time. I really would. I have a very high threshold to risk. You know, I can lose 25, 30 grand in a day. That's fine. I've got used to losing those amounts. I've also got used to making those amounts. But it's when you don't trade for the money, you then become fixated on being right. And execution. All of you, before you even bother yourselves about how much money, you shouldn't even be worried about being consistently profitable. There's no such thing as being consistently profitable because that means you will never lose. But if you can reliably take something from the marketplace, make it reliable to the point where you say, if I were to execute 10 trades, what's the success of me actually being correct on those trades? Let's say I'm right 4 times. Can I get paid on that? Well, yeah. There are guys that I know that are win streaks. They've got a 25 to 35% win rate. And they live in 8-bedroom houses. Your win rate is shit. And you live in an 8-bedroom house. Yeah. The question is, how do you do that? Well, I make more than I lose. So that means you can lose 9 times out of 10 and one trade wipes every one of those losses out. Don't focus on making money. Don't even put pressure on yourself to focus on a win rate. Focus on keeping your losses tight and focus on execution. Because if your execution is correct, what's going to happen? You're going to make money from it. So we already know we don't need to care about money, because if your execution's correct, fine. Look at these trades here. Trades I took earlier on. Where were they? These ones. Look at these. Like, these are the blue arrows right here. I don't even know if you can see them. Let's go to 15-minute time frame. A couple of losses on that one. But look like it's these ones here. These were my entries. Executions. Longs. And that's where I exit. Look at my exit. Exit out of there. Sell. Profit. $3,276. I sold at that point. Look what happened. Took a shoe bag. I paid myself. I walked out. That's what you've got to do. You've got to focus on that. You've got to want to take from the market as it presents itself to you. Every time you get a profitable trade, pay yourself. But you don't like the look of the profit because you want to earn more, so you leave it in there. You wake up the next day, it's done and it's gone. Again, are you in it for the tech, or are you in it for the what are you in it for? Why are you all trading? Be honest now. Why are you all trading? Do you love the game? Do you wake up and eat, sleep, shit trading? Like, are you the one that walks around with a phone or a tablet, keeping an eye on positions, zoned in on it all the flipping time? Are you cut for that? Because if it's just the money that you're in it for, you ain't going to last 5 minutes. You ain't going to play this game. You won't. You'll get bored of it. You really will. And you'll be like, I'm done with making this, like, trading, losing this money. I can't be arsed with it. Yeah, I got to that point, but I was like, nah, I want to understand the game. I want to keep playing the game. It's and some of you might think it's gambling. All right, cool. It's gambling if you don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. It is gambling if you don't know what you're doing. And we are all professional guesstimators. That's what we do. We're guessing. And if we can make money on the guess, then we're making money on the guess. And I usually guess all right. Sometimes I guess wrong and I get slapped across the face. But I come straight back with the other side of the cheek ready to be slapped again. But then I don't get slapped. I manage to recover from it. And that's how it is for me, you know. Listen, you know what? Time frames. You know what? My view on trading, right? I'll just be straight with you all. My view on it is, it doesn't matter about the time frame. It doesn't matter about the system you're using. What matters is how in tune are you with the trade, with the asset that you are trading. Like, if you look at the environment, okay, let's look at Euro, okay. Today we had an expectation that Euro was going to come down. We also had expectation of Euro making a move up and then come down. I wanted to see Euro take a shoe bag today, okay. It did do that, okay? It did it in the start of the morning. Then we had the ECB press conference. It pumped up, and then it just went straight back down again. It's probably going to continue lower, okay? Now, I projected that it would make a move up to come back down. I can't tell you how much it's going to make a move. Like, who's going to know that? No one. And if someone does manage to call a specific move, fine. But you're dealing with the hardest game in the world, man. And you're all here, you know. It's a tough game. It fucking is. It really is. And we're still playing it. That's what we're doing. We still play the game. You know. Tell us what's the edge. Edge? What do you mean, edge? Edge is your perception of value at this point in time, and if your perception of value aligns with the rest of the markets. But you don't know if the market's perception of value is going to be the same. You're dealing with people, bruv. You're dealing with the masses. You're dealing with banks. You're dealing with algorithms. You're dealing with the people that program the algorithms, right? And but they repeat the same behavior. They do. They do it over and over again. And you've just got to try and look for certain things that they could do and then try and profit from it. You put too much money down, you're done. Dustbin. You know? Out. Your edge, my friend, is all about your ability to say, I'm wrong. Your ability to say, hey, I made some money today. Let me take some. Let me go treat the missus. Go buy her a dog or a bag. You know, whatever. And then take it back in case you lose the money, so you can then sell the bag and then sell the dog to get the cash again to go back into trading. And then sell her a dream that you're going to get her a better bag and a bigger dog. Never mind. Don't listen. If you on the Traders Reality website, right? You know, I'm gonna put this out there. I'll put it out there for you. All right. Let me just show you this. Okay. On the Traders Reality website, right? These are the PDFs that the Platinum members get, but also you also get the live trade videos. Okay. And where are we? And in the live trading videos, you'll hear how I'm thinking. Oh, Tino, man, just for God's sake. Basically, you'll be hearing my thought process. And I'm saying it now because the gentleman's correct. I do literally trade like a robot. When you hear me talking and the thought process that's going through my mind whilst I'm taking live trades, do you know how much goes into the style of trading that I am? I'm a scalper, okay? And like, I've got, where are we? We had some trading, cryptocurrency, trading XO, trading Euro. We had Ethereum. We got a loads of ones right here. Here we go, live trading Ethereum. Here was me trading Ethereum, all right? One of the live trading videos, all right? And just to put it into perspective for you all right? Got the hybrid system up. That's right here. And this is me when I'm using relatively decent leverage. I'm using high leverage here. Okay? Trading on BTCC. And I'm using 450x leverage. That's because I use that leverage. And you know what? I've been told, you know, people that want to try and use high leverage. All right? Cool. When you come into the game of high leverage, get ready to get slapped. Because I've been slapped a few times. Okay? Don't start using high leverage unless you're using their money. That means you use high leverage, use small amounts, okay? Use $100 if you're going to use lots of leverage. Don't put $1,000 in your trade and then $500 and you're then having to use all your margin straight after, and then you've got zero for your safety, okay? What's the point in that? But here's one of the videos. We're running shorts on Ethereum and I'm talking you through the whole process. My thought process about it, referring to the hybrid system, referring to exo charts, telling you exactly what about these imbalances here, the open interest, and these imbalances right here as well. Like things that are going to happen, things that ain't going to be happening. And I'm running through that whole process. And that's what you get with these live trade videos. And as and when I record them, you know, it does really let you get into my mind. And then you'll understand why trading can be a hard thing. Because you're going to be saying to yourself, how the flip am I going to understand or even have that sort of approach when it comes to trade? This is scalping. All right. This is scalping the markets. The lower the time frame, the more information you are given. And your job is to try and filter out that information. Swing traders don't have that problem. Swing traders don't care about what's going on the smaller time frames. They don't. Here's a swing trade. Look, is Bitcoin now at supply? Okay, they'll be like, okay, if it's at supply, what have we got? We're at a premium, for example. Here is your resistances. All right, I'm going to take a swing trade. Bitcoin's going to come down. You know? It's one of them ones. One of them ones. I put my net worth into every trade. What a guy. Never mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, going into tomorrow, I've had a rant, and yeah, I apologize for the guy's comment at the start. Mad love to you, my bro. It's all good. I've got nothing but love for you all. All right? Take care of yourselves, gang, and I'll be tuning into you all tomorrow. Peace.